Hi guys, welcome back to episode 4 of You're on Loudspeaker. I'm Laura.
I'm Daniella.
And today we will be doing rap anthology. We're going to be diving a little bit deeper within the lyrics of UK rap.
3 of the big players.
The big players.
Yeah.
I'm excited because me and Daniella actually really like rap music.
Yeah, I think with these 3 songs, like, I feel like I should know the ins and outs, but I feel like there's going to be references and stuff that I just don't
We
know.
don't. We
I've
just
been
are like,
singing it for shits and gigs for
Yeah.
gigs.
Like, you know what? That was funny.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, you'll get it later on.
But yeah, I feel like when we rap these things, I feel like a lot of people don't. Yeah, it just goes right over your head. You don't think about what they're actually saying. Sometimes you do, and you think, "Oh God damn, that was a good."
Dave is my one
Yeah,
of that.
you
Like,
know when it's like, "Oh wow."
have you seen loads of like TikToks and videos where people are like Dave fans, and they're like, "No, but guys, you don't even understand what it means."
Like you do
That's
not
me.
understand the level of lyrical genius that
He's
this man
talking about
has.
the sun, and he doesn't even mean that. It's insane.
Yeah,
But
people go a little bit in depth. I feel like that's good in a sense because it's like music. You can be, you can interpret it how you want, but it's also like let's get to the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah.
I want to know what you meant
And
by
I feel like rap's
this.
exactly. I feel like rap's a good genre for that because like pop songs and stuff is very, not all the time, but it's very surface level. Whereas like
Definitely.
there's a lot of rap music where you're like, that's actually really clever, and I don't think
It's
it
a
gets
bit like, I don't know if anyone's heard of Potter Paper, but Potter Paper's raps, like, if you listen to it, you're just sitting there like, wow, man actually wrote this. That's crazy. And it's about his life and whatever he's been doing and rah, rah, rah. But the way he describes things is crazy.
Yeah, I used to really love.
You'd get an A-star in English, or was it like a 1 or something?
I don't
now?
know what the grades are now.
Anyway, A-star because we're old school, innit?
Yeah, Cadet was my. For a while,
Yeah,
I used to
R.I.P.
Closure by Cadet. The plot twist, just the whole like, it's wild. It's really
It was crazy. R.I.P.
Yeah. Who's your favourite UK rapper
Ooh,
of all time?
It's a hard one, that. Who is my favourite? Probably Fredo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm a businessman.
I'm a
Have
businessman
you seen his
now.
new Daily Duppy?
Yeah, 10 minutes long is actually really good. Like, to the fact that you can rap for
that
10
long.
minutes and it's still, like, people still want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Like, I see some of the comments being like, how has man used the same beat and we're still interested? Like, it's sick. But his whole album, his new album, yeah, I really like his new album, can't lie.
Cool.
Could listen to it.
I'm not he's not my top guy.
Who's
Because
yours?
maybe I'm wrong though, because I haven't actually ever taken in like a full album or EP or anything.
Yeah,
but, like,
I think sometimes you have to listen to it more than once to be like, oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I just feel like a lot of his music is about like money. And that's kind of
Money, jail, the streets,
Mozart, we get it.
girls.
Like, but again, who am I to judge?
It is a little bit repetitive, but people still listen to it. Do you know what I mean? So, but I do think Dave is up there. He's the way he
So
writes
smart.
and stuff is like, wow.
Yeah, big fan.
He is a genius,
Yeah.
a
Yes.
lyrical genius.
Okay.
So we're gonna dive straight in. I think we're gonna go with one of the godfathers of UK rap.
The landlord.
And we're gonna give it up for Gigs because he really has
He fell
changed.
off though, I can't lie though.
Yeah. Moment of silence for him. But we love you still, but it's just,
Like, obviously.
you was in your prime and, primes have to end.
Yeah, he did I think the turning point for me, he did a song with Meek Mill. I think it's North Side, South Side. More for Meek Mill's bit. One of the worst songs I've ever listened to in my entire life. Like, really bad. But yeah, obviously he's a legend. And
We do love Gigs. I think the old school rhythms, we have to. You have to give respect in it, like.
And when you're talking about Gigs, you've got to be talking about talking
hardest.
Yeah. Okay.
This is when it's gonna play, so you can hear a little bit.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Well, I don't know if we're going to have to be able to do that because of copyright.
Oh,
we can
okay.
We'll
look
do
it
like
up
some
then.
fake instrumental YouTube karaoke situation and we'll be fine.
We'll just put us in talking the hardest.
Yeah. We'll just do a remix.
Yeah, we'll just remix it. It's all good.
The national anthem, some might say.
Yeah. Gun fingers in the air and that. Do you know what I mean? So we'll just jump straight in.
Okay. Right.
What do you think talking the hardest is about, Danny? Overall. Overall description of what you think it's about.
I think it's Giggs putting himself as a thought leader in the industry of rap.
Wow.
I think it's him asserting his dominance.
Oh my God.
Based on the first line. If you're talking the hardest, Giggs better crop up in your thoughts as an artist. So if you're really going to, talk your business and really know what you're talking about, then you have to associate that with Giggs. That's
100%.
my interpretation.
I actually agree. I think the way that he just went straight in, like, this is who I am. This is my genre of music. This is my scene.
Yeah.
So I'm the hardest and I'm going to come into your head. So he's saying, if you think about the hardest, then it's going to be me 100%.
Yes.
So anyone else, get back in your position, please.
Know your role, please.
Yeah. Just get back in line, all right?
Yeah, you're getting way too big for your boots, in the words of Stormzy. You're never too big for the boot. So, yeah, that's my interpretation.
I like that. He also goes on to talk about taunting the market. So I think that's just, just stating again that he is the best.
He's just really, there to be an abrasive presence,
He's trying to push that in people's heads. Like, come on, let's be real. Yeah. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, it's me.
It's me.
It's me.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few lines in this song that I feel people might overlook. One is everyone's suit same colour as Batman's.
Black.
Yeah. Flipping like a quarter of brick.
It's a drug reference.
We're talking about drugs. So we're talking about street lifestyle.
Yes.
That maybe potentially Batman was against. So maybe...
Whoa, you've gone in. You've associated Batman.
Well, he's talking about everyone having the same suit of colour, right? But then he goes straight on after to talking about flipping a quarter brick.
Yeah.
So, and we're not talking about bricks and houses. We're talking about street lifestyle.
A kilo.
Everyone wants to do the same thing. Everyone wants to be doing this trapping lifestyle, but it's not for everyone. That's what I think it is. Because
you're right.
Batman was against all that shit, no?
I like how you've gone into... Yeah, because he was, trying to save Gotham.
He was trying to save it from people.
So it's what's the word where it's
trying to get out of the hood.
Opposite.
Without...
The English word where it's two different things contrasted next to each other. Well, clearly I need to go back to English class.
Contrasting...
It's not onomatopoeia, that's the go-to.
What's the thing when it's raining
outside? It's a metaphor,
outside?
but that's not really what pathetic fallacy.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but anyone that knows what I'm talking about, please comment and put me out my misery. I would like to just go back a second to one of the best pieces of literary genius. Walk in the party, sporting Armani, obviously the brand. He's going into a party wearing Armani. Half of the crowd's all snorting his Charlie, which is then again a reference to potentially him distributing some substances. And everyone is, everyone's just, and it's his supply, which is good for business.
It is.
Sorted the bar, time to sort the panani. He's looking for a feminine... companion.
Right after, getting some money.
Yeah.
So it's money and women together.
And we love that combination.
We do.
Here on
Combination.
Is a madness and badness.
Combination.
Sorry, Drake, you're not involved in this as much
Yeah,
as you think you're a UK rap god. You're out.
We're not including you in this lineup.
No,
sorry.
one dance, give me that 10 times a day. Redemption, Fire and Desire.
But this, no.
Combination. It's not it. And another line that we're coming up to that I do love. Anyone that thinks they can talk to my clique will end up covered in red like a portion of chips. Now, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work it out, but the wordplay, I'm here for it.
The wordplay.
And if you're not having ketchup on your chips,
but you know when you go to a chicken and chip shop and they're just slavering on the ketchup, it's creating that image. It's creating that. Wow, he's really talking about.
Yeah. Now, Laura, what do you think he's referencing when he talks about covered in red here?
I think I will say he's referencing the anger behind the streets.
Yes, red.
That might result in some sort of violence.
Yes. Passion, fury, anger, violence. Yes.
I think that's what the red depiction is telling us. I think it's telling us that he might see red and do something crazy.
Yes. That's blown my mind. And also, I like how you draw parallels from the chicken shop, which, you know, is a central part of culture in and surrounding the UK rap scene a lot of the time.
Yep.
So I think that is a very interesting parallel that you've drawn, because a portion of chips potentially is not far from Giggs' world.
No, it's not.
Covering it in red is just a good decision.
Yeah. Maybe with some cheese.
Yes. Correct. I actually like beans as well.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah, cheesy chips and beans.
There's one line that comes after this that I actually quite like.
Let's pick it.
I used to be quiet. Did that sort anything? What do you think he's trying to say there?
I think it shows character development. I think it shows that at one point in time, he may have been more timid, more reserved, seeking peace, potentially. And then he realised that he actually wasn't achieving the things that he wanted to achieve. So the next line really just hammers in the fact that he went from seeking peace and quiet and being reserved to running riot when he bought him a ting. Now, what do you think that ting is? Now, ting is a drink.
A ting is a drink.
It's
he
a
might have
grapefruit
dashed a
soda.
drink at someone's head or something.
Yep.
Something.
Yes, I think he probably bought some soda from a corner shop.
From a corner shop,
Can't get tings everywhere though, I'll be honest.
No, you can't. It's very hard. It's very hard to get a ting. Pretty sure they're discontinued as well.
I think Las Iguanas sell them though. Like, I've never seen a restaurant sell them.
I love a ting.
Maybe I'm not going to the right restaurants.
But yeah, used to be quiet, did that sort anything. It's true though, because sometimes you can be quiet in a situation and it still happens. So what? Raise your voice.
Speak
let your
louder.
voice speak. Just let it out. We've got freedom of speech for a reason.
Yes.
Right, let's have a little look further down.
I'm going to now bring forward one of my favourite lines in this rap song. It will get bloody and it will get gory, clapped in the neck like a mandarin saw through.
Now that is an image.
Yes. I actually haven't seen Saw 3, but I am familiar with the Saw films.
Franchise, yeah.
Yes. And I can only imagine that it did in fact get bloody and it did in fact get gory. So I think the simile there is quite impeccable from Giggs.
I do think the wordplay for that was great. I mean, he could have depicted it maybe a little bit further, just with a bit more imagery behind it. I mean, yes, in your head you think Saw 3, that's a bit crazy, madness, rah. But he could have described it a bit like the portion of chips. More imagery behind it, more meaning behind it. That might mean people won't just look at you like...
And I think it's quite elitist to people that have seen Saw, all of them. You know, I think... Some people, it may go over their heads.
Yeah.
Because
It might do, because they might be like, oh, I've never seen Saw 3.
Whereas most people have had chips covered in red.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the same way, but
they have you can have a better imagery. Do you get it?
Yeah, I will agree to that.
I do like that.
Okay, how about this?
I'll have a weaponry orgy.
Yeah, I got my Sutton Dare Pon Me. So much straps, I'll have a weaponry orgy. Now, I don't think he's talking about drinks anymore.
No. I think we're talking about high-powered machines. Artillery. And to be honest, I get it.
And
I understand, because I'd be alarmed to be made to look like chips covered in red sauce.
yeah, or Amanda in Saw 3.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be Amanda.
Yeah, so it would make sense that you would have a weaponry orgy.
Yeah. I mean, there we go again with the kind of... We talked about punani earlier in the song.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about orgies. I think there is definitely sexual undertones of what Giggs is trying to communicate.
But in a sense, it comes across that it's quite violent sexual imagery that he wants to present. So maybe that's what he's into.
Potentially. That could be a deeper meaning.
And we don't mind that.
Speak for yourself. Okay.
Oh.
Straps we handle a lot. So he's really drumming home that he does keep it on him at all times, and is already prepared for any eventuality. And I think that's important.
I think he's always ready. I think that's the whole imagery of Giggs, is he's just ready, ready and waiting.
Yes. I would like to say at this point, we haven't so much spoke about him in the industry, which, that was the opening statement. You would think that would follow through, and he would,
But I think the reason he's not had to repeat it is because he knows people know. So he's put that first statement, so that sticks in your head, because you're going to remember the first lines of a song, because you're going to be like, oh, it's Giggs, yeah,
cheese.
Gun fingers, cheese, yeah, all of that. And then he wants to make sure people remember. So he talks about the things he can do, the things that he has done. And then he brings it back to, I'm a gunman.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to remind people. Do you know what I mean? It might seem a little bit repetitive, but sometimes you have to just drill it into people's heads.
Yes. Maybe he's just really trying to solidify that fact to the listener.
He then moves on to say, clap your mandem and what? And I don't think we mean a round of applause, do we? We don't mean he's giving credit to other people.
No, I think in the similar way of clapped in the neck, like Amanda in Saw 3, I think that kind of clapped.
That kind of clapped.
So,
not clapped ugly.
No, not clapped ugly
Clapped.
either. Clapped.
You're getting clapped.
Yeah. And what, though? That's a very
and
big
what?
Dick energy.
And what?
Yeah.
He's saying, so what? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I used to be quiet.
Yeah.
Didn't sort anything, so...
So now what?
Clapped your mandem and what?
What?
Yeah, I hear that.
I think it's giving strong alpha male energy.
Yes. Potentially undertones of toxic masculinity.
A little bit, but I think that's seen quite widely, Yeah,
and I think it's actually
celebrated,
particularly in, the Western world.
Sometimes it's just how it has to be. It is what it is.
Yes. All my mandem are hot, yeah, but your mandem are washed, haha. Washed, I think.
So are you now talking about your friends being sexy, or are you talking about them being hot, as in hot in the street, so people know of them, people know what they're up to? Which do you think it is? Because we've gone from telling himself about people, like himself, telling about his weaponry, talking about females, and now we're talking about mandem. I'm a bit confused, Danny.
I'm going to say, based on the way that he has described the ops mandem, I would say that he is now discussing his own, and he's drawing parallels there that, they can get clapped.
Yeah.
They're washed, they're not,
yeah.
No one cares anymore. They're done out, as some would like to say.
They're just finished.
Yeah, whereas his are hot from that, I would say
Yeah.
potentially, you know, they're well known. They're real. They're
out
They're
there.
about their business.
They're out there for
whatever
everyone to
business
see.
that
Yeah.
may be. You know.
Yeah. I think the ending of this lyrical pictured
Story.
It's a story.
Tale.
It's a tale. It is a story.
Yeah.
I just feel maybe he could have, you know, finished it a little bit stronger.
Yeah, I mean,
The last line of this. A beautiful woman wouldn't stop getting cock. Ah, shit.
yeah.
This one goes out to all the
mean-
beautiful girls out here.
Yeah. I mean, we love a man that's loyal. That shows loyalty.
Yeah.
She wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
But then he also... Oh, no, he spoke about the woman in singular rather than plural, so it's not beautiful women wouldn't stop getting cock.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is nice. He's a one-man band.
He's a one man.
Yeah.
One man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I appreciate that.
I feel like he could have brought it back to the point that he made at the beginning, you know, just giving it a close.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking about vagina.
It does have quite an abrupt end.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
But you know, maybe his final message was just kind of, you know, I've spoken about violence, I've spoken about the industry, I've spoken about drugs, and I have spoken about sex and women. We had Punani in the first sort of opening. Then we had Weaponry Orgy, which is again sexual references, and then we're finishing. So he has kind of tied the sexuality of the song together.
Maybe it's actually showing his gradual journey to climax.
That is an amazing
So
take,
he's
Laura.
thinking all these things throughout.
Yeah.
And it's a gradual journey of, oh, I'm the baddest.
Yeah.
And then it gradually is like, oh, yeah, like, but my man them are hot still, like, I'm sick. You're gradually building yourself up. And then at the end, you've reached completion. And that's why you've said,
Oh, shit.
oh, shit.
Oh, shit. That makes a lot of sense, Laura.
It
I
means,
think that's a great take.
Yeah. I think that makes the most sense, really. If we're digging deep here, I think that is the storyline. It is that
It reaches like a crescendo.
Yeah,
Yes.
we want to see that gradual, and then
And we're ending at the top.
Yeah.
You know?
And then that's where he is. So it's that life. Yeah.
Yes.
I think we've depicted this really well, actually.
I think that was a great analysis of a great song.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
If you haven't listened to it, listen to it, and Gigs, shout us out because
Yeah.
we're bigging your ting up.
Yeah. Hollow Man. Just reshare the podcast.
Repost,
Lovely.
reshare.
So yeah. Okay. Great. I really enjoyed that.
Yes.
What's next then?
We're now going to jump into another king. Some people might say he's better than Gigs.
I would say they're wrong, but I also haven't listened to like a hell of a lot of him.
It's one of them, I feel like it's a different kind of jumpiness.
I would say, I think, obviously, he's made a massive impact. And I would say a lot of that reason, I could be wrong, I could have been late to the party, I don't know, I don't claim to be some aficionado. But I also remember when this song came out. And I am from Surrey. And there were a lot of people listening to it. People, wearing Ed Hardy and, boot cuts.
Yeah. Boot cuts.
Yeah. Then
Sad times.
It changed. It brought it to a wider audience, is what I would say.
Definitely. I feel like Gigs, and the person we're talking about here is Skepta. I was going to introduce him a little bit, but I feel like it makes more sense now. I think they are, if you went out and someone puts on, I feel like the majority of people are going to know, yes, that's Skepta, that's Gigs, rah, rah, rah. Like, some people say it's national anthem. Some people,
Yeah.
just depends what mood you're in, I guess.
And I will say, with the song that we are going to get into, the intro is one of the funniest samples, one of the best samples, one of the most obscure samples.
Yep.
From someone we have referenced already, Mr. Combination.
Mr. Combination.
Yeah.
Drizzy, Drake.
So if you still don't know the song we're
Draco
talking
Malfoy.
about, if you still don't know the song we're talking about, it is obviously Shut Down by Skepta.
Shut down.
Okay. Laura, take it away.
I think we have to start with the intro because I think it's quite an interesting first step into this story that they've created. So, man's never been in a marquee when it's shut down, eh? Trust me, daddy.
Trust me, daddy.
Do you think Drake is calling Skepta daddy?
Maybe, he's a fruity guy.
And what marquee are we talking about?
Maybe he's at a village fete. Maybe he's really trying to ingratiate in UK
thinking
culture.
He was more festival vibes, the marquee, the big thing.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that marquee is a venue, an exclusive arena of some kind in maybe his homeland of Canada.
Yeah. They have
I'm not
marquees.
sure.
Maybe they live in marquees.
Maybe. According to the original Vine, Drake was at the Marquee, a nightclub, outside of regular business hours and feeling special for it. So there we go. Man's never been in Marquee when it's shut down, eh? There's his Canadian little twang.
Yeah.
Trust me, daddy, because he thinks he's Jamaican, which is cute.
Combination.
Yeah.
We'll jump into the chorus. I think everyone knows, when it's shut down. That's not me and it's shut down. Ring, ring, pussy, it's shut down. Fashion week and it's shut down.
Can I just stop there? Fashion week, obviously, we know Skepta now not only as a front runner in the UK rap scene, but also maybe equally for his fashion, his trends that he has set over the years, there's more to him than just music. He's a mogul and particularly seen quite highly in the world of fashion, which is quite a...
I see a lot of these rappers that are very famous now. They are introduced into the fashion game. I think once you've reached a certain level, you can wear what you want and people don't judge you.
Dave walked for Louis Vuitton.
Do you know what I mean? Yep. I feel like the reference to fashion, especially because you are someone who people look up to, for instance. Yeah, people will want you to wear their brand. People will want you to represent a certain type
and I think
clothing.
That's a new thing. And I think, as I say, that Skepta was maybe one of the front runners in that because streetwear hasn't always had the best past.
No.
And has been seen in quite a derogatory term at times. And I think he helped to revolutionize the way that people saw that. And even, the highest luxury brands are now thinking about these things.
I do like the fact he references the fact that he normally is in a black tracksuit.
Yes.
Went to the show sitting in front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. So you're stating the fact that although I am in a tracksuit, which you guys probably wouldn't have thought is...
You could do.
Yeah, you could do at these sort of events. It's still shut down, as in I'm still showing up. I'm still going to present myself as who I am and I'm going to rock it and people are going to respect me for it. And I think that's a great first push.
I have actually said to many friends and, close associates that my level of rich or success, for me, I would like to be able to wear a tracksuit anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is actually quite a aspirational goal. That regardless of what you're wearing, you're not perceived in a certain way because people are aware of your clout, your accomplishments, and what you bring to the table.
You are.
Thank you. If you're talking the hardest,
Yeah.
So
it's gonna get shut down.
And I love that he was sitting in the front row of a fashion week, and he was just in a black tracksuit. Love that for him. most importantly. Okay.
We'll move on to verse 1. We've got the first line. Take time. If a man want to try me, no time. Usain Bolt when I run up on stage. I think he's trying to talk about the fact that you've got to take time to even be around him, check him, do anything, have words against him, because he will counter-argue.
Yeah, take your time, be collected, have your wits about you.
Have your respect as well.
Yeah.
And I feel Skepta is more of an in-the-face kind of guy. He's not all chat on the internet. I think he's a very old school guy. He's more of a shut down the place sort of guy than shut down the internet kind of guy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, from that I think it's just a little bit of a warning, not in the terms of you're gonna get
covered in red like a portion of
respect
chips.
Respect me.
Yeah, I've got no time.
Yeah,
for it.
He's bougie now. He don't need that. But if you do come clash him in person, it's going to be a different story, because he has that respect for himself. People respect him. He's out there. He's going to shut down the place. If you want to keep it stepping.
Yeah. As much as he's, being taken more seriously in a universal term, maybe he still has roots. And I think that's the metaphor of the black tracksuit at, Fashion Week is yes, I'm in these exclusive places, but don't forget who I am, please. And
I am myself.
I am myself, and we know what could happen.
We know the name.
There's always
a backstory to the name.
Yes.
There's a line in verse 1 that I want to talk to you about.
Please.
It's after the show, I'd be rolling mine. Don't care about the no smoking sign. So does that mean do you reckon that means he doesn't care about rules and he's just a loose and he can do what he wants?
I think maybe one of his friends or associates is in a wheelchair. Rolling my friend. No? After the show, will be rolling mine, so just getting them out, evacuating them from the premises.
I think
no man left
means
behind.
Rolling a certain...
A roll-up?
A roll-up, yeah. A roll-up with...
You'd think with
one of
the
your
money
5 a
that
day.
he has... Oh... I would say with the money he has, he could probably afford cigarettes. They are ridiculously expensive now.
Yeah.
But maybe that was going back to his roots. But now that you've clarified what it contains, don't care about the no smoking sign. Yes, I agree with you. I think
it's a stand.
Yeah, it's a disregard for, conventional...
I make the rules.
Yeah, he's not a follower.
No.
He's a leader.
He's a leader in his field, and that's why places get shut down.
Yes.
And maybe it's because people smoke in the place and you're not allowed to. That's why they get shut down. They lose their license and then,
Yeah, the whole place is literally shut down for life.
Literally shut down.
Skepta couldn't wait till he got outside. That's a shame.
We'll jump on over to verse 2, I think.
Okay. I do like the last line of the last rhyming couplet of the first verse. Everybody's on the same mission, and we don't care about your ism and schisms. Ice. So I would say, that's like all of these words and terms that we like to use to cover up wider issues, and he doesn't care for that. He doesn't care for the bullshit. No. And I think that because he's driven in one goal.
One goal only.
And all of this outside noise and all of these, justifications of things, he doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't care for it.
He doesn't want to hear it.
And I respect it. Verse 2, Laura, take it away.
I think
this is incredible stuff.
I think the first few lines obviously are very prominent in the fact that he is calling someone out.
Yeah, I think he's promoting...
not being true to themselves.
Thank you.
Not being true to their religion.
Thank you.
Being an actor.
Thank you.
So when he says you want to act like a G for the camera, you say you're Muslim, you say you're Rasta, say you don't eat pork, don't eat pussy, liar, you're just an actor.
Blood, you're not on your deen. And if Selassie I saw you, he was able... This song, right, this verse is great. No wonder it's spread like wildfire through the streets and further.
I also think we've got to dive a little bit deeper here. in the streets especially, I feel a lot of people are playing a part. They're playing a role. And I think that's why when he talks about saying you're an actor, it is literally to say there's a position you play, and if someone else does something like, oh, I don't eat pork, or rah, 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 that could be to do with religion, that could be to do with just your personal opinion on eating pork. But he's saying people are followers. People are trying to act in a certain way,
When they
but
don't
then
believe it.
people know that you're actually doing those things, but you're nah, me, you see me, never.
Yeah.
I could
For
never
an
do
image.
that. You're creating a false persona.
Yes.
Whereas he is so real that he doesn't
values
need to.
authenticity.
He doesn't need to do that. That's why he can roll up in a black tracksuit. That's why he can go to Fashion Week and shut down the place, because he is his own person. And I think that's quite a strong image to create. Is stop being someone you're not.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And I think the way he follows it with, you know, he references Islam. You're not on your deen.
Yeah.
Again, after saying, you say you're Muslim. And then you say you're Rasta. Take off the red, gold and green. That's a, you know, let's really keep it, as you like to say, a buck.
A buck.
And just, you know, cut out the shit.
Let's
The
just
man are
let's
soft,
not
just
doing
like
it.
ice cream.
And a line after that is start moving correctly. So
If you don't want to upset me, you
yeah,
get me.
it's to say, why are you acting like that? I don't need fake people in my life. I don't need fake actors around me,
Yeah.
because I'm real.
If this was a gig song, I would think that maybe after, you know, if you don't want to upset me, you get me. I think gigs maybe would sort of go into the implications of upsetting him, whereas Skepta's kept it very surface, you know.
Yeah.
You don't.
He doesn't need to talk too
you
much.
You don't need to know about.
No.
I'm just gonna say you don't want to upset me.
Yes, you tread carefully.
Yeah. We don't know the repercussions. I'm quite curious to know
So am I.
exactly how that would happen.
Please tell us.
Also, not trying to upset him by saying that.
No, we.
So maybe it does
respect.
work, you know. Who knows?
I agree.
You're trying to show me your Fendi. I told you before, this shit don't impress me. Again,
The realness.
image,
You
authenticity.
don't need to be doing all of that, my
no,
killie.
No. If you're just real about your business, you know.
And then you'll shut down more places because people will like authenticity.
Yeah.
We always come back to the same chorus. I think the chorus is very strong. It's reminding the audience that, and the listeners, that he really does shut down these things. Like, you can remember this. I shut down the place.
Yeah.
And it brings it back so that people don't forget that what he's saying is true. It's facts.
Yeah.
It's factual. There's a bit
this
in
skit
between. Yeah.
Is actually, I believe,
It's actually real, isn't it?
Yes.
It's real.
So it's a voice recording of a woman who complained about Kanye West's performance at the Brit Awards in 2015, around that time. And he had lots and lots of people on stage. He had Stormzy, Skepta, blah, 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 blah. That's actually where Stormzy's, a line in Stormzy's Shut Up came from. But it's a woman complaining because she was upset that there were young black men all dressed in black in the background of Kanye West's performance at the Brit Awards. And that's where Stormzy's backup dancer bar came from in Shut Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the skit was important because it's saying that no matter what people's opinions are towards either the genre of music, the type of people in the music industry, whoever, because do you know what I mean? Some people are typically like that. They just are Karens. They like complaining.
Yeah, hate a Karen.
If you see a musical performance and they're in tracksuits, what's it any different to your son down the road wearing a tracksuit every day and not getting out and showering? So,
and we've seen a massive rise since. I'm not drawing parallels exactly from that, but around that time and that performance, how many people now in Reigate or, you know...
everyone wants to wear a tracksuit.
Wherever. You're all now dressed in black, dancing extremely aggressively.
Literally.
And it's cool now because the white suburban kids are doing it. So it must be,
it must be
trendy.
A-okay now.
Yeah. And I think
But I think Karen would still complain.
Probably, of course. She's scared of teenagers. She doesn't leave her house when they're, But I think keeping that skit in the song is kind of... It's meant to be demeaning towards the woman. It's meant to be, haha, I'm laughing at you. I'm going to use you as part of my song.
Yeah.
I'm going to use you to just really send it home that I, in fact, don't care. And look at all I'm up against. Look how I'm perceived, and I still don't care because I'm being true to myself.
We're being true. We're shutting it down. Fuck you. Bringing it back.
Yes.
Let's talk about verse 3 because I think verse 3 is actually... I really, really like the beginning of this verse.
Okay.
He sort of talks about Noah's Ark, which is obviously...
A religious reference. Christianity.
So he talks about, I'm in a different class. And I think the different class is compared to the lady who perhaps complained about the show. He's not been brought up like that. Tracksuits are normal. Everyday thing. Who cares? Tracksuit.
But he could also be talking about how he's a higher class than some of these people that are, quote, trying to try him. Yeah. So it's interesting.
He's letting us know that he's in a different lane.
I think his depiction of class here and the class struggles is very interesting because sometimes it's not quite easy to put people into specific categories.
Exactly. He then talks about, when I get through, I'm going to bring my dogs. Dogs is referring to his...
Dogs?
Men. His friends. These are my dogs.
Oh.
Okay, so he's bringing his dogs 2 by 2, like man, I walk on the ark. So that's talking the reference to the Noah's Ark, 2 animals in, rah, rah, rah. So maybe he's saying they're quite animalistic. They're quite out there. They're coming in twos because that's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And then the next line I think is very, very, very important. Sitting at the front just like Rosa Parks, and obviously everyone knows who Rosa Parks is, and if you don't know, please get clued up because it's a very important part of history.
If you don't know, it happened long enough ago that even your parents should know about it.
Oh, 100%, and if they don't, then
says enough. Strange really if you don't know who Rosa Parks is.
He's comparing his status of being at the front of the grime scene, I think, here.
Wow.
With Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks obviously
was at the front of
the front. She stood strong and she
Montgomery,
said no.
Bus boycotts.
She said no, I'm standing up for myself and I'm staying here. I'm going to do this.
Yes, and he's drawing parallels between himself and Rosa Parks.
He's saying, I don't care who I am, who you think I am, what you depict from what I look like, what I do. I am me. If you don't like that, that's your problem. But I'm still going to be at the front. Yes. I'm still going to be in the limelight. I'm still going to be here. So now what?
Bravo, Laura. I think you're so right.
Yeah. And I think it's important because although, yes, it is a few years later and he might have, been overtaken a little bit, he's still very much in people's minds as someone who is in the grime scene. He is someone you think of when you hear grime. Oh, yeah, I used to listen to rah, 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 rah. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a very huge point for him. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care if you want to try me. I don't care if you think you could ever reach my level. You can never do the things that I've done. Hold my hands up. That's cool. You are up there. So I don't care about anyone else. And I like that.
Yes. Now, this next part, obviously, he talks about how this isn't just a London-based situation anymore. This is now international. People are upset because man are way up right now. They've exceeded expectations and the box that maybe they were trying to be kept in. And it happened all so fast. I was in Paris, shut down l'Arc, so the Arc de Triomphe. New York shut down Central Park. We're talking about landmarks now and how he's shutting them down. And, it's quite impressive, really, his scope and how he's drawing himself and putting himself in those positions of, international recognition. Yeah. Talking about London, though, back to the roots. Yo, Frisco, where shall I start? As in, okay, yes, I'm doing this in Paris. Yes, I'm doing this in New York. But London, everywhere. I don't even know where to start.
Like,
It's
there's
all
too
shut down.
many. There's too many stories about shutting it down in London, because that's where he's from. That is his pinnacle point. London.
Yes.
Because that's where he grew up.
Correct. And then we're back to the chorus again.
And then we've got, at the end, we have
Our favourite, Drizzy.
Mr. Drizzy.
Drizzy.
Link up, daddy. All right. Yo, tomorrow I'm going to come scoop you, eh? We'll go to Biz's. I don't know who Biz's is.
I'm going to assume again, same as Marquee, just to kind of another place. As in, you know, it doesn't just stop. It's not just one night at Marquee that's exclusive. You know, if we go back to the intro, it's tomorrow I'm going to come and we're going to go somewhere else.
We're going to go to somewhere else.
And we do the same thing again. And it's that cyclical pattern that Skepta has introduced to his lyricism. And that is something that I
do think
applaud.
It's quite cool that he's got Drake in involved.
Yes.
Sort of like they're having a conversation. Let's say they're on the phone, for instance. And I'm going to come scoop you up, eh? I'm going to come pick you up. That's in Canadian talk.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Done now.
Back to his Jamaican, you know, fetish. So that's exciting for him. Done though.
Fetish.
I mean, at this point, it is. Let's call
combination.
it Balling.
Combination.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are we thinking overall about shutdown? What are your overall thoughts?
Like
because we said obviously gigs was more like a climax, reaching his climax. I think this is like,
it's more cyclical. I do this every day.
Yeah.
Day in, day out. That's the repetition.
I always shut down.
Closing with Drake.
Yeah.
And, you know, tomorrow I'm gonna, and I think really again sending it home that I am authentic. I'm doing everything, you know, as myself, and I'm still this successful. I don't care for boxes. I don't care for what you think I should be. I'm doing this, and I do it day in, day out. It's dedication as well to his craft by, you know, this repeated cycle.
I think it really brings home that he has been doing this for years, and that nobody can get involved.
Yes.
No one can get in that circle. No one can change who he is. No one can tell him that he can or cannot do something, because that is who he is, and London is his city, and he's going to shut down any place that he takes them.
And he's expanding.
He's expanding. The circle's growing.
Yeah.
It's going to get bigger.
I think that's a thing in science. Centripetal force. Might have made that up. But we're going to throw it in there anyway to make me sound clever. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it will be remembered for a long time. Shut down.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's, you know, a staple in the UK rap culture scene. It's a part of history, and I'm here for it. Well,
you know, one thing that I've realised, Drake has been involved with all of the people that we are talking about today. I'm really sorry, Drake, but listen, there are other people out there that you could be helping, You see London? Yeah, come to London, just get a studio and just bring all the mandem there, because realistically, that's what it's given.
Yeah.
It's, he's from London. Yeah, sweet. Let me chat to him.
Yeah. I mean, that's such an argument though, isn't it, with Drake and the whole like UK culture thing, like he's a culture vulture and da-da-da. But then on the flip side of it, I understand the argument that Drake is so big, he is like one of the biggest artists in the world, that he doesn't need to be necessarily helping anyone. He must literally love London rap.
He just
and
loves,
the London
I think
culture.
he loves us.
And that's great, and I appreciate it, but like, it doesn't make you one of us. Like, the fact that he gave Dave, like, some limelight with Wanna Know. Like, look at where Dave's at now. I'm not putting it all down to Drake, but it definitely helped.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many examples of that. So he has been helping and putting people on, and they're probably reaching audiences they wouldn't have otherwise, and that's great. Heady one. I can't stand Drake's verse, but like, good for him that he, you know.
I think a lot of UK rappers at the moment have had Drake involved in some way.
Yeah, he's he's
like,
a producer of Top Boy.
The UK's here, and the jump to America obviously is quite a long flight to get to, but slap bang in the middle, you know, where all the planes go missing and stuff.
Yeah,
that's Drake. They've got to take that stepping stone to then reach America. I think it's just got to be that thing because it's you don't see the likeliness of, I don't know, Jay-Z popping out every single rapper that comes into our industry. Like, yes, he might have helped a few. He might have been like, oh, this guy's sick or whatever.
Yeah.
But Drake's, let's do a freestyle. Let's do a song. Let me jump on that track. Oh, this guy's cold. Rah, 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 rah. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because he's putting us out there because we, compared to America, are like this big. So the fact that he must even
literally love it.
Highlighting the fact that we have really good talent compared to a big area.
Yeah. No, it is true. It's definitely
But
good for him. I can't help finding it a little bit corny, and he's not like his fucking, what was it, his behind bars. Like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because I've heard Take Care. Like, I've heard, you know.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because that's probably his legacy, you know, like Sad Drake and whatever. But
I do like the fact that he has developed a little bit, but just because the music industry is always developing, and I feel like he's so good at.
He doesn't need to do his regular formula anymore.
No, he can do anything and people will listen. He's built that structure where it's like, you know what, now I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, completely.
I mean, he was always having fun, but he's having that fun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I think there's definitely a difference between having love for a culture, and again, he can do whatever he wants. He's more than entitled to do whatever he wants. And some people obviously love it, but like, in my opinion, there's a difference between loving a culture and like trying to insert yourself into it. Like, why are you a producer on Top Boy? I don't think you've ever been to an estate in London in your entire life.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's what fascinates him though.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, wow.
But it's the same reason that girls from Woking go for block boys in Tottenham. Like, do you know what I mean?
Excitement. Yay!
It's just, I don't know.
What do you mean we're going on a fucking car chase?
Yeah, what's Cunch?
I live in Cunch. Oh my God, come stay with me and put your stuff in my dad's house.
It's just a bit, I don't know. I don't love it, but
yeah.
But good for Drake. Good for Driz.
Let's jump on to quite a fresh within the last few years, a very big jump from not so popular to very, very popular, now being heard all the way around the world.
Number one.
Loads of fans, number one for how many days was it? It was weeks and weeks. We're going to talk about Central C.
We are. And Dave.
I love them both.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I wasn't sold on Central C at first, I'll be honest.
But now we love him.
Yeah, I think the marketing behind him as like
he's very good at marketing himself in the industry.
And he's just clean and just his like he's very
authentic.
Yeah, I think he's very cool and I do like his music. Yeah, I think the TikToks that come up on my For You page of him on stage making eye contact with people is very, very cool. Yeah. And funky fresh. Thank you, algorithm.
Thank you, algorithm. Central C.
This is our final song for today, isn't it?
This is our final song. Okay. And I think this one is actually the best one to end with because it's fresh.
It's brought us up to speed.
This one's giving... You just want to repeat it all the time.
Link up of the year.
Literally, like, we should have spoken about Dave today, but big up himself. We're gonna give him his credit anyway because we love him. But them together, that's a combination.
It's a madness and a badness. Fucking hell.
This song is a Sprinter.
Yes, and
by Central C and Dave.
I will say as well, TikTok has made, like, I feel like I'm not a musician, but it's made it a lot easier for things to... Obviously, Central C's massive. Obviously, Dave's massive. It was going to do well anyway. That's not my point, but, like, this has gone viral. Kim Kardashian is singing along to it in her car. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, she was mentioned.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Let's dive in. I mean, I feel like this one does kind of explain itself. Like, it's massive.
Yeah.
For good reason.
We'll start with the first line because I think it's a very strong starter.
It's giving me Skepta vibes.
The mandem too inconsiderate, 5-star hotel smoking cigarette. 5-star hotels are always for, you know, I would say
Upper
high
echelons,
luxury.
yeah.
You feel like the richer people are able to afford that. They're paying for that luxury.
There's a certain level of ways that you conduct yourself that is expected.
You wouldn't naturally go smoke cigarettes, but the mandem means more than one man in a room smoking cigarettes. They can afford it, but they're still acting in a type of way. So I think it's to say, you know what, they're a little bit disrespectful, but they don't care.
Yeah, because they don't need to care.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The next one's mixing codeine up with the Finnegan.
I think it might be drugs.
Yeah. We'll call it Pyrex scraper.
Yes.
She got thick, but she want to get thin again. And when we say thick, that's a body type, obviously.
Yeah, not like brain dead.
Not thick like this, thick like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's trying to say she could be thick, she could be thin. I don't care. She's sexy in it. Like, she wants to get thin again.
And I think that there's, you know, very recent trend of, you know, being thick has been very popular over the last couple of years. Prior to that, it was, you know, stick thin. That was in.
That was the model look.
And now, you know, it's maybe retreating back to the getting thin again. You know, girls are getting lips
people
dissolved
getting their
and things
BBLs taken out. And
So maybe she's a follower. And then we go on to the next line, which kind of solidifies that.
Yeah. Drinking apple cider vinegar, that you can take is good for your indigestion side of things.
Everything.
It helps you,
But again, it's a trend. It's always been good for you. But people are doing
jumped
it now.
on it.
Clean girl aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know.
We then had Kim Kardashian spoken about. So wearing Skims. Skims is Kim's brand.
Yep,
it's to help with your shapewear, help with, you know, making yourself feel comfortable in your body and making and accentuating parts and whatever. But wearing Skim because she want to be Kim in them. And Kim Kardashian really liked this line because
it's about her.
It's about her. And about her brand.
I like it too.
I mean, if someone wrote a song about me, I'd be pretty happy.
You know, I wonder if it's paid promotion. I wonder if she was behind it the whole time. If she was in the studio.
Maybe.
You know, say Kim's.
Yeah.
Kim's? Skims.
Skims.
But then it shows also, I would like to say, the indecisive nature of this female, or maybe females in general, as Sench interprets it. So, you know, she got thick. She wants to be thin again. Now she's following trend. She's, you know, drinking apple cider vinegar.
She's trying to
wearing Skims. But now she wants to be Kim in them. And what is Kim Kardashian known for? She's conflicted.
Yeah. I think her mind is very confused at this point. She doesn't know whether to stick to what she knows or stick with what is popular.
Be herself or not.
I think a lot of these songs are talking about being real.
Yes.
Being your true self.
Correct, I think. But also it sounds like he knows her better than she knows herself because he knows that she's bad. Stop acting innocent.
Yeah.
So she wants to be Kim. She wants to, you know, whatever. She doesn't want to drink apple cider vinegar. She's doing it for the trend.
For the trends.
He knows.
We then go on to talk about his pockets. Attention, big pocket there.
Big pocket.
We ain't got generational wealth. It's only a year that I've had these millions.
Must be nice.
Because if his come up has been like this,
very quick
rocket launch. It's a quick upcoming. Instantly, people are like, wow. But then again, it's talking about the trends because he has become in himself a trend because he is now famous because people have gone, that's jumpy, I like that, rah, he's good. But he was doing music for years before that and only just blew off. So it just shows again that once people jump on a level, they want to follow it upwards.
Yeah, and I also think it goes back to, you know, the class struggle again. We haven't got generational wealth. We're not middle class. We haven't had this paved out for us. We've come from a very humble background, and now suddenly I've been thrown into the limelight.
And it's
got
like,
all this money,
I'm wearing tracksuits at an awards because this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, very nice tracksuits.
Very nice. I don't know why anyone judged.
Very nice style. My whip could have been in the Tokyo Drift because it's Fast and Furious. Obviously, Fast and Furious, Tokyo
Relates
Drift.
to Fast and Furious,
film.
yeah.
But he went from the Toyota Yaris to Urus. So then again, it's the change up.
Change from
he went from
a
an
Toyota,
Uber driver to...
I just headbutt the mic. That's how I was feeling. Douche.
Yeah, he went from, a decent car to a very,
To
very,
Urus,
very, very...
a big Urus.
Yeah.
And then we bring it back with, now this girl want me in her uterus. Fuck it, I'm rich, let's do it. So before maybe he might not want to have done that because he didn't have the money for it, but he's saying now fuck it, like
Yeah, I
can afford to have a baby.
Yeah, childcare is no problem.
I've got
to
a
me.
Urus.
It's
so
only a
your
year I've had
uterus
these
is
millions.
fine, yeah.
Just...
And I think that speaks a lot. I think it speaks a lot that now he's comfortable enough.
I think it's also disgusting that he...
Okay.
I think that he, treats a child as a commodity now because everything is so easily accessible to him. He's got so much money, he doesn't know what to do with it, that now a child and, a life is seen in that same bracket. And I don't think that that's right. And I think it is a joke. I would like to hope it's a joke. I believe that he's got a girlfriend and they're very cute.
Yeah.
But it's a good line. It's a catchy line. It's a funny line. But I don't think... with the way that some men act, this is the right thing to be putting out there. Because, we need male presences in children's lives. And if you're just going to be in her uterus and then off in your Urus, then I don't know for you. Anyway, good for you. Good for you, girl!
Good for you, girl. We then have Dave.
Yep.
Big Dave. Take a look at these diamonds. Wrong. It's a life of squinting.
Can't just stare.
Because they're so bright in your face that you... shit. That's a lot of diamonds, That's a lot. Yeah. And I think that's, again, depicting the fact that they're both wealthy. We go back to talking about body types again. With Bae through thick and thin, she's already thick, so I'm halfway there.
Clever.
So it's talking about those relationships, we'll be together through thick and thin, but he's actually then referring to her weight,
body type,
her body type, where they're both saying,
he said it fluctuates,
Yeah.
And I don't think...
And I think it's giving a positive message about bodies. I think it's giving, be confident in your body, be confident in whatever you feel is best for you.
He's going to be there regardless.
Yeah. Through thick and thin, because you're thick, so I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I'd also like to say I have no idea. Brown and bad, yes. Couldn't change my mind. I was halfway there. I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to say it now. I don't understand it.
I think...
Could it change my mind? What?
I reckon it's talking about the thought of someone's come... Please come see me. All right, cool. I'm horny. Let me go. Halfway there. Can't change my mind. I'm halfway there. He's gone because she's bad. He's going to go there, do his thing, and then leave.
Oh, maybe.
I think that's what it's talking about.
Let us know your interpretations in the comments.
Yeah, because I think that's talking about, I can't really change my mind now. I'm halfway there. Like, what's the point of going home? Because then I'll be driving the same distance if I'm halfway there and halfway back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We then go on to talk about... I put 9 girl in a sprinter. A sprinter is a...
I didn't know this. When I first listened to this song, I had no idea what a sprinter was.
It's basically like these new type of vehicles that people have done up. It's very luxurious in there. They've got these little lights on the ceiling that look like stars. So if you ever hear someone say, do you want to look at the stars come in the car, sort of thing. They're like big vans. You can fit a lot of people in them. They're not vans, I wouldn't say it, but they are vans. It's like a big
minivan,
taxi,
yeah,
but it's luxurious.
Yeah.
You can drink, you can have fun. There's a TV in there. It smells nice. It's leather seats, lights on the ceiling. It's nice. It's nice. But to put 9
like
go
in
there,
you really know what a sprinter is.
I may have been in a few.
Good for you.
I might have been in a few sprinters in my time.
Wow. I didn't know what a sprinter was until this song came out. So
100 eaters, they won't fit in one SUV, and an SUV obviously is one of those very big vans. Like, but that's for like traveling. If you wanted to go traveling.
Laura, what does eaters mean?
100 eaters.
What's the TikTok thing? How do they do it?
SOS.
No, they do 100. 100. I can't remember. I'm not a TikTok girly.
100. I don't know.
They won't fit in one SUV SOS.
Somebody rescue me.
I
think the 100 eaters is the people that are clinging
head.
I mean, that's a good interpretation, but I genuinely think it means the people who are clinging to his success.
Oh, wow.
So
they're eating
off of his success, and that's why they won't fit in an SUV, because he's going to travel, he's going to keep moving. So that's fine. He can keep moving upwards and onwards, but they're never going to fully be able to be with him full time, taking his clout.
Wow.
I think that's what it means.
Maybe it's a double meaning, because eaters is, also...
Yeah. Bit of both.
Human beings that perform oral sex to a high standard. So maybe it's like people eating off of him, people eating him, and they won't, the amount, just how many there are, they wouldn't even fit.
Referring back to the thing about change my mind, I was halfway there. I think the last line of that verse actually is referring back to the fact that he said I couldn't change my mind, I was halfway there, because it says, all right, like, send the address through, please. So it's like, oh, huh? All right, send the address through, please. Like, as in, like, she's obviously pulling a wobbly. He's then gone, oh shit, I'm halfway there, I can't change my mind now. Sweet, send me the addy, I'm on my way. Do you get it? I think it's referring back to it. It's like, he could have all these girls, but this one baddie has asked, let me come see you, let me come check you. And it's referred back. So it's sort of like the thought process of, should I go?
He's got all
I've
of
had
these
these
girls,
baddies,
but
I'm going to go see her.
There's one true.
Yeah.
I also like that.
Because he even says, I got too many gal.
I would like to say.
Too many gal.
They
could
like
last
that
me the
he
next 2 weeks.
pays homage to Skepta there. Because too many man. That's obviously, or boy better know, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that he pays homage to some of the greats there with too many gal. That's exciting. Yeah. Love that film.
We'll jump into verse 2. The SUV, the outside white, the inside brown, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Think that speaks enough for itself. Let's move on.
Yep. Good for you, Dave. More time, man build a line and trap. Spend like I don't even like my stack. So, most of the time, oftentimes, people, men, will, develop a network system for supply and demand.
Yes.
And then see that through.
Yeah.
That's not the route that these two have taken. Maybe that's a past life. Maybe they have, people around them that have taken that route. It sounds like it's speaking from experience. But now he spends like he doesn't even like his stack. You don't need that.
I don't need that lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into the No, we'll go from Sprinter. Sprinter, 2 gal in a van. Inter, 2 man in Milan. So Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Football reference. We know
Heard
that
one of my tings dating P. Diddy need 20% of whatever she bags.
outside, my head in my hands.
So he's getting stressed. Maybe it is referring back to, again, the girl he was linking up with. And now she's gone, fuck you, you've got all these girls in an SUV. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm off. And now she's dating P. Diddy. And now, because she fucked with Dave, Dave's now saying she owes me 20% of whatever she gets because I put her name out there that someone else would like her.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
And I
fucked
think
with her. I gave her a bit of clout, and now.
I think it's funny the way that, like, I saw a TikTok where they spoke about, like, him keeping the voice break in when he was mad. Like, and they said it's meant to be like, he obviously sees P. Diddy as much higher than he is. So, like, he wants 20% because it's like, how are you now making more money? Or how are you now in this position that I've put you in? Like, I've basically been your manager. Like, give me 20%.
Give me that 20%.
Yeah, I've sorted your life out for you. And I've got my head in my hands because either I've lost a baddie, I've lost a real one, or I've lost, some respect.
Yeah, I think it's the respect. We're going to talk about Central C now.
Yeah.
Verse 3. Why does it sound like I'm doing like a verse 3, chapter 1? I told her my name is Sench. She said, no, the one on your birth certificate.
So she really wants to get to know him.
She wants to get the nitty gritty. She wants to know.
She wants more than
what
what
were
everyone
you
else
born
is
with?
getting.
Stop giving me your tag name, your street name. I want to know your real name.
Yeah, she wants something exclusive that she can have with him that not everyone else
everyone
does.
can look it up online.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not private information.
Literally just Google. But anyway, your boyfriend ran from the diamond test because they weren't legitimate. I think we know what that means.
Yeah, you're wearing fakes.
Yeah, cubic
Again,
zirconia.
stunting for clout.
Yeah, embarrassing for
Just
the
be
both
real.
of you.
You're she's Turkish Cypriot, but her curve's Brazilian.
So
I want her.
And bro wants her affiliate. Curves Brazilian.
Brazilian are just
butt
naturally curve.
I think if she's Turkish Cypriot, but her curves are Brazilian, they're not hers. Brazilian butt lift, BBL. You know, we're going back again.
Yeah,
to
we're
that.
referring back.
She's not.
Thick and thin.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're, knocking surgery.
No.
But I think they're saying, she's something, her body is something else.
I agree. And I think it is touching on the topic of, do you need a BBL? Why is everyone getting one? And
then
just
you're going to get them
be
out
happy.
again,
Just be happy.
Yeah. I want her and bro wants her affiliate, so, double dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double dating.
Yeah. That's what that is.
Okay. I'm cheap, even though he's been talking about his millions. I'm cheap, still hit a chick like, yo, can I borrow your Netflix?
That's he hasn't got generational wealth.
You don't,
so he's
you don't
not
have
used
to. Yeah, you don't have to buy a Netflix account, really.
I don't think it would really work now with all the touring he's doing and the fact that you
Yeah,
now have
just
to be
let
in
me
the same
borrow your
household.
Netflix. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Before I give you my Insta password, I'll give you the pin to my Amex.
All right.
So I think that's given shady, not gonna lie, but I wouldn't question it because I'm allowed to go shopping.
Oh, you're saying if he said that to you?
Yes.
Yeah, he's saying, my money is not even a thing anymore. It's my personal.
I'd rather you not see my personal.
My DMs. It's going down in the DMs. And you know what? Take my American Express card because money is no object to me.
And I like that.
I'd rather that.
I'd rather than get my feelings hurt. I mean,
Yep.
I'd rather cry with a Prada bag.
Yeah.
Or a Chanel. Or a bullet. No.
So
Cancelled.
dinner table, I've got manners, t-shirt tucked in, napkin.
Now he's talking about he's now got manners in these places. So we started off with the 5-star smoking cigarettes. That's like you wouldn't imagine that. Now he's tucking a napkin in
to a t-shirt.
To a t-shirt that he's
Which
got.
is-
So he's just trying to stay clean.
And it's showing, back to the roots. So still, I'm at the dinner table and I've got manners. I'm putting a napkin into my shirt, which usually
It's
wouldn't be
giving-
associated with a t-shirt.
It's giving growth. It's
Yes,
giving growth
but
from
still
the beginning.
knowing
knowing
you
who
came
you are,
from.
but
So best snow in my hood, no Aspen. So Aspen, obviously the famous ski resort in America. So I think that he maybe hasn't been on a recent skiing holiday. I think, there's...
I think it's referring to La Coquiana.
I think it might be, nose beers.
Yeah.
I don't
There's
think he's
snow
taking...
in my hood, no Aspen. It's talking about there's a lot of white powder everywhere, but it's not
no
not
snow.
talking about a ski slope.
He's not, he's not living that luxury celebrity lifestyle
No.
of going to Aspen, but he's got snow in his hood. So it's that parallel again between, the class system or the wealth brackets that exist in our society. So that's exciting for him. I never went uni, but I've been on the campus selling cocaine to students. He just outright says it there.
So you went to uni, but you didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
So he's again referring back to that. This isn't his lifestyle, and now he's come out of that.
He's been, yep.
Picked him up out of it, and he no longer has to do that because he has reached a new level.
Yes. Let's skip the chorus.
We do bring it back to drumsticks at the end of so we're talking about chicken shops again. Again,
That's
spoken about a lot.
Yep. I don't think he's talking about a chicken drumstick, but I like the reference again. That's again back to chicken shops, and I don't think he's letting the chicken drumstick be.
You never know.
What's gonna leak if it is chicken? I hope nothing pink.
Drumstick is actually a firearm.
Well, you just came out and said it.
I did.
Okay.
And something got leaked as if someone, had bloody chips.
Covered in red like a portion of chips, clapped in the neck like a mandarin saw through.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's go to Dave's final verse. Fire for a wife beater, can't rock with that, I ain't wearing a vest. So I don't believe that Dave is, accepting of the garment, also known as a wife beater, the white sort
vest
of ribbed vest. I think he refutes it. Mm-hmm. He's not wearing a vest.
No.
He
also talks about that in his other songs, that he doesn't stand for violence against women, which I really like. So
yeah, we love a modern feminist man with respect for women. Speaking of, man have to send her therapy. She's got the E-cup bra a lot on her chest, so he cares about her mental well-being. He cares about well-being. The size of her.
Breasts.
Yep, breasts.
That could be referring to the chicken shop again.
Chicken breast.
She got an E-cup bra a lot on her chest. I think, it's
double entendre.
It's actually quite a good image. Because you can sometimes say, "Oh, I've got a lot on my chest," but she's actually got a lot of her on her chest because she's got them
big, fat, old. Yep.
Yeah.
Doinks. Yep. Good for her. Must be nice. I love chilling with broke bitches. Man, book one flight and they're all impressed. I would be impressed if someone just booked a flight for me. Maybe that says a lot about my financial situation, and I'm okay with it. We'll get there one day.
It's giving free holiday, in Cosy Lives.
But it's just, it's just drilling home that to Dave, booking a flight, nothing. That's why he loves chilling with broke bitches, because he could do that all day, every day. And they'd be so impressed.
But who says they're broke? They might have bare money. They just want you to buy.
Didn't have to pay for it. Yeah.
It's a deal.
Man's living for Nyash and dying for Nyash. It's fucked. Don't know which one's worse. I'm fucked. It again, he's very female focused, and his life revolves, maybe not his, but he's saying that everyone is so caught up in women and what they can bring physically that they're putting themselves in positions of, it motivates everything that they do.
Yeah.
And it's not the best way to live. You've got to have more drive and purpose. And then by him saying I'm fucked, he's obviously putting himself in that same bracket.
Putting himself in that category.
Yep. Heard that girl is a gold digger. It can't be true if she dated you. That's a diss. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
I think, I think he's referring to a lot of men, for instance, have a lot to say about women after they've broken up. Toxic cycle. Toxic. Oh, this woman's a So I think it's referring to maybe one of these girls has been flown out by Dave, let's say. Let's put it out there. And her ex has seen it. He's mad now. Oh, you're a gold digger. That's all you care about. But she dated you, so she's not a gold digger. She's just living her best life.
That he does not, in fact, have the money that Dave does.
No.
So embarrassing, really.
Embarrassing, really.
Weird. I'm asking my Blasian one, why are you so focused on your Asian side, Blasian, black and Asian? I know that the Jap boys pray that they get to the club and Dave's inside. So, you can be obsessed with... is it anti-Asian? I don't know if that's great for his image, but, whatever. He's just saying, black culture is important, These people that you're obsessed with your Asian side, but these, they care about me more than they care about you.
I also think Dave, especially in his rap music, is very about black history, black beauty, black everything, which is amazing because I feel like a lot of people talk about the struggles of the black community rather than highlighting the beauty of it. And so I think in this sentence, he's talking about obviously someone who's mixed with both black and Asian. You're concentrating on an Asian side, like black isn't another amazing culture that you could be involved in, that you could, there's so much history, but you're more focused on the fact that you're Asian because it's slightly different to maybe where you are. But then you should be loving who you are. And I think that's where he's saying, you know, why are you so focused on that one side? If you've got two sides to your story, why are you only focused on one?
Yeah.
It's like, be yourself, live for who your true you.
Yeah.
And I like that. I do.
Well, hats off to Dave and Central C for that one.
Yeah.
Looking forward to more from them in the future. Aren't you, Laura?
I am. Please mention us in your next song.
Wearing tracksuits because
We'll pull up. We'll pull up in full tracksuits, ballies, whatever you want. If you put us in your song.
Right. All right.
All right. Like, send me the address through, please.
Yeah. We have been doing this for far too long.
This was a long one today, but
long.
I feel like it was needed.
We had to get in the
We had to
nitty-gritty.
just get in there, and I feel like it's giving A-level English.
Yeah. GCSEs.
GCSEs was easy. You can swing past that. It's easy. You don't have to even revise. A-level English.
Revise kids.
You know when you have to go in detail.
Oh yeah. Get the whole, you know.
Yeah.
The whole pack of
You need
stabilo
the
highlighters.
beginning, middle, and an end.
Yeah.
Climax in the middle.
Yeah. Unless you're gigs and you climax at the end.
The end, yeah.
Okay, cool. That was a great episode. I really enjoyed that.
I know, it was fun.
Yeah, it was good. If you're an upcoming rapper, why don't you just send us your songs and we will dissect them on another episode.
Yeah.
Join us next week for a little bit of a drunk episode. You know how much you love those. We will be doing pre-drink essentials, I think. So that will be very exciting.
Pre-drink essentials. Oh,
Yeah.
love that.
Cool. Until then, you can watch this on YouTube or you can listen wherever you get your podcasts. Just search you're on Loudspeaker. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.